Hey guys, welcome back to another Wednesday. So it's time to move strong once again. We're going to have the same format as we've been going the last 2 weeks. Okay, so your main set will be in that big giant set again that we'll go through. Hope you guys are enjoying that. So we'll get straight into the prehab. Okay, this week's a little bit different. Just set your timer for 6 minutes. And you're just going to move through this as many times as you can in that 6 minutes, okay? So your movement number one is going to be your yoga push-ups. So from here, we'll just come out, come into our good morning or inchworm. We're going to walk out, feet are going to be nice and wide, hands are going to be in that push-up position. From here, we're going to come down into the push-up, and then rather than pushing straight back up, we're going to push back. And we're going to drive the head and chest through to warm up for that overhead position. Coming forward again, coming down, push back, and driving through. If the push-up is too challenging, guys, just stay here and go into that downward dog, and you're just trying to open up through the shoulders, okay? From there, you're gonna go into your half Turkish get-ups. So a little bit of overhead stuff today, warming up the midline as well. With your half Turkish get-up, guys, what you'll need, a light dumbbell, kettlebell. If you don't have anything like that, grab a hold of anything light, or you can just do it with your hands, okay? With no weights. So from here, your side that the weight is on, the knee will be bent, okay? So my right arm is up, my right knee is bent. From here, my left hand is gonna go out to 45 degrees, and what I'm gonna focus on is I'm gonna drive up onto my left elbow, always staring at the weight or my hand, okay? Then from here, I'm gonna push up onto my hand. So this is halfway through the Turkish get-up. From here, all I'm gonna do is control through my midline, dropping back to my elbow, and dropping back and rolling onto my shoulder. Okay, so what we don't want to see from here is just and dropping back. The whole point is to stabilize the shoulder, drop onto the elbow, and control through the obliques, rolling back onto your shoulder. Okay, so you're only doing half of the movement, 5 per side. So up, half, down, that's 1 rep. And then you're going to go into 5 Cuban presses. So just grab a PVC pipe or broomstick, whatever you've got, and you're going to go into your Cuban press, so working rotation of the shoulder. From here, you're going to go a nice high upright row. From here, we're going to turn over, and we're going to make sure that the elbows don't drop. So we're going to turn over the stick, and then we're going to press overhead. And then from here, we're going to come back down to the same position. Don't drop the elbows, rotate, and down. So you're thinking about when you come into here, squeezing the shoulder blades together, turn them over, and press. So what I mean by that is here, don't watch the elbows drop to here to turn over. Keep them nice and high. Turn over, press, back, down, okay? That's your warm-up. So 6 minutes of that, yoga push-ups, your half Turkish get-ups, and then your Cuban press. Getting into your main set, all right? Just 3 rounds of this today. Last week and the week before we've done 4, just because we've got an extra movement in your giant set, okay? So we've been working squat and hinge, and now this week we're gonna go push and we're gonna go pull, all right? So we're gonna go horizontal pushing, horizontal pulling, vertical pressing, and then a vertical pull to finish off, okay? So you have 10 reps of each. Your first movement is gonna be your floor press with a tempo. So from here, I've got a bar. If you don't have a bar, grab your dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, use a plate. Whatever you've got, kettlebell, single arm, you can do this as well. Just make sure you're obviously doing it 1 arm at a time. So from here, I've just got this little setup to help me get that weight off the ground. So use your chairs. From here, eyes under the bar, just like a normal bench. I'm going to bring that bar off, and then just like that regular bench press, I'm going to have that 5 seconds on the way down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and straight up. So again, with the floor press, guys, it's a much more of a tricep oriented movement, okay? Much more of an arm focused movement than the chest, just because we can't retract. So I still want you to think about sitting on back of those shoulders, keep that belly nice and tight. We've been working a lot of retraction. That's not gonna matter as much because we can't get to the pecs. So just have that good control, good stable shoulder on the way down and drive. No rest, you're gonna go straight into your pendulum rows or your bent over rows. So you've got the setup, picking that bar up. Again, if you've got a dumbbell, you can do a single arm dumbbell, you can do a single arm kettlebell. You'll just be over into your bent over position. If you can go plates on the weight with the weights as well, you can touch the floor with the pendulum row. If not, just going just below the knee. And then from here, we're gonna squeeze the upper back, hold for 2 seconds. And then 3, 2, 1, on the way down. Hold, 3, 2, 1, on the way down. Make sure, guys, that back stays nice and flat, okay? So when we're over that position, it's a nice good morning just to below the knee, and the back stays flat, you're not rounding out, with the repetitions, guys, the main focus is on the tempo, okay? Because obviously you're going to be limited with weight, so whatever you've got, stick to the tempo, okay? Don't overload those positions. From there, you're going to go into your single arm seated press. So we've had horizontal push, and then we've had horizontal pull. Now we're going to go a vertical push, and we're going to go a vertical pull to finish, keep it nice and balanced. So from here, again, dumbbell, kettlebell. You can do this with a barbell, so you'll just do both arms at the same time. So it'll be 10 reps total. Because we're doing single arm, it'll be 10 reps on each side, okay? So with that kettlebell, this is gonna be your seated Z press. Feet are gonna be out. You're gonna be sitting nice and tall, trying to hold that good upright posture. Kettlebell is gonna be resting on the forearm and the bicep. And then from there, we're just gonna press up and control on the way down. So with tempo like this, I wanna be fast on the way up. 1, 2 on the way down, little hold, and go. Trying to make sure that arm stays nice and locked out, and I'm not slouching in this position. If that is too challenging to be on the floor, guys, just go to a seated position on a bench and still sit nice and tall and doing the same thing. I like to see the speed on the way up faster than it is on the way down, okay? So you're gonna drive, and then it's gonna be controlled, drive, and it's gonna be controlled, not losing that control on the way down. So that's your seated Z press, or just a seated position strict press, and then you're gonna go into your upright row. So upright row, again, if you've got a dumbbell, kettlebell, if you've got a barbell, you can do this as well, and I'll just show you how to do that quickly. So we've done horizontal press now, so we're gonna go to a horizontal pull. From here, all we're thinking about is like you're zipping up your jacket, okay? So you're standing nice and tall, you're gonna try to watch that shoulder shrugging, and the elbow is gonna be nice and high, till I'm like just in line with my collarbone. I'm not up here, that shoulder stays down, and then I control on the way down. Just like with the single arm press, I wanna be faster than I am on the way up than I am on the way down. So zip up that jacket, elbow nice and high without shrugging, controlling down. If you're doing that with a barbell, guys, and you're doing it bilaterally, same thing, hands in nice and close, make sure you got an even, or you're in the middle of that bar, and then same thing, you're zipping up that jacket, control on the way down for 10 reps, okay? Then from there, guys, you're gonna go into your accessories. 2 to 3 rounds, depending on how much time you've got. I hit these the other day, and these are really good for developing that upper back strength, or stamina in that upper back, for your hinging patterns, okay? If you don't have a plate, grab a barbell, grab a dumbbell, a slam ball, whatever you've got. You just wanna make sure that you can have this pinned to your chest with the hands on the outside. So don't try to hug it, make sure the hands are on the side and the shoulders are retracted. So you're gonna go 15 plate hug good mornings with a tempo again. So feet will be underneath the hips, back will be set. I'm gonna keep that plate close to me by squeezing my shoulders together. And then I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, hold, 2, 1, up, squeeze my butt. 3, 2, 1, hold, up, squeeze my butt. The goal here, guys, is to not let that plate get away from you, more so by squeezing your shoulders than it is a bicep movement, okay? 15 of those. If you can go 15 of these with the back tension, and you can go straight into the reverse lunges, awesome. Otherwise, quick shake out, grab your plate back up, and then for your accessories, we're gonna go squeezing the shoulders and your reverse lunge. Big step back, chest stays nice and upright, keep that plate nice and close, driving down, that knee stays over that ankle, and we drive back up. There, hold, control, drive. 15 per side on those, so that'll be 30 lunges, all right? Keep that plate nice and close. You will feel the biceps, you will feel the upper back working hard, okay? And then your last bit for your midline stuff, it's gonna be a stir the pot. So I'm sure everyone's got one of these at home. If you don't, if you have a slam ball, I'll show you in a second how to do it. If you've got a wall ball, if you've just got any sort of soccer ball, basketball, whatever you've got, with these guys, you're gonna go 1 minute stir the pot. So elbows will be on the ball, feet will come out into your plank, and then from here, you're gonna go into that stir the pot. So you're gonna go around that ball, trying to keep that midline nice and stable. With this, guys, once you've gone around 5 times in the minute, one direction, alternate your side, okay? The idea being is when we're moving, we wanna think about keeping the trunk nice and stable, and then when we're pressing, we're squatting, we're deadlifting, we're never moving through here. So a plank is good, but it doesn't have movement through external or your extremities, sorry, so through your arms or your legs. If you don't have a ball, you only have a wall ball, or you only have a slam ball or a soccer ball or whatever, and you find the whole stirring too hard, just focus on going forward and backwards. So you'll have yourself on the ball, in your plank, and all I want you to do is move out slightly, bring it in. Move out slightly, bring it in. So again, the whole idea being is you're moving through your arms, but you're trying to minimize flexing and extending through your core, okay? So that's it for that, guys. Again, it'll all be up on Tribe for you guys. Once you've done that, 5 minutes of your nasal breathing. So again, 4 seconds on the way in, 4 second hold, 4 seconds on the way out. Trying to center yourself after that session, take your 5 minutes on the floor. And then from there, other than that, guys, I want you to either foam roll your upper backs and your lats, clear some of that overhead stuff up. And then the last movement, just gonna grab my roller. Last movement, guys, is gonna be your preachers. Other way. So from here, guys, with the preachers, if you've got a roller at home, hands are gonna be facing up. They're going to be touching each other. From here, I'm going to be tucking my head in, elbows touching together. And as I drive out, I'm going to try to keep squeezing my elbows together as I drive my arms up overhead, okay? So we're just trying to reopen up some of that shoulder stuff that we were just hitting. Make sure that you don't shrug up as you go up, okay? So keep the palm of the hands up, facing up, drive up, try to keep squeezing your elbows together. They will come apart just so you can get your head through. But I want you to feel, it should start more like in your upper back or the back of the shoulders. And then eventually as you get further up, you'll hit those lats, okay? Enjoy.